Okay, folks, this is Babbaginator. We're in the long dark. Okay, we arrived here last stream. Haven't had a chance to search the place yet, so we're going to try our best.
This will come in handy.
It's not really much, but... Ooh.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Three, 15, 15 feet. So it's about the same, I guess.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay. Let's just use our lantern. Since we've got all that fuel, we might as well use it.
Could use this.
Hey, Roller, good to see you. We're just chilling here at the dam, looting our way through. Yep. Now it's just in quiet mode, that's all. Honestly, a little tired today. I can't say it was like a super busy day. I spent, only had about 2.5 hours of work that I did today. But I was pretty worn out from yesterday. I was up until midnight last night trying to finish up an assignment to turn in. And I turned it in barely on time and felt that I could have done a better job, but I was just out of time. I was like, you know what? It'll be a pass. It'll be fine, but it's not my best work. We had to turn in, we had to do basically prepare job application materials for an academic library job. And so based on a real posting, you don't actually have to submit the application, you know, and the position doesn't have to be one that's currently open. It could be one that's been posted in the past and is already closed. So yeah, I did that. It took a long time, the last 3 weeks, to revise the CV. And then when it was done, I only had yesterday left to, just like yesterday evening, to work on the cover letter. And initially I thought it would be easier to get it done because I've written plenty of cover letters for previous positions. But then I started working on it, realizing, you know, I haven't applied for an academic library position before, and the list of requirements is considerably different and much longer than some of the other positions I've applied for in the past, which are primarily teaching roles. So it did require a fairly substantial rewrite of the cover letter, and I didn't really have time to get it perfect. I got it adequate, but by no means my best work. So I think in terms of the CV, I should get full marks on the CV. The cover letter is passing, not great, not terrible. I've definitely written much, much better letters in the past, but sometimes that's all you have time to do. But it's in. It's done. Yeah, it's the problem of like it's a 2-page cover letter, and the list of requirements and recommended skill set for the position already ran 2 pages, like just in the job posting. So it's just like trying to figure out a way to address all those requirements in a very compact space, while also being able to summarize key points of your CV. Yeah, I mean, definitely not a 1-pass or 2-pass attempt. It should have been like at least a week of work, and I just didn't get to it. So, I mean, I will go back and have to rework it all because it's all materials I'll need for when I actually do apply for, positions.
I think I can use this.
But yeah, in terms of the assignment, it's like, yeah. And then I have another assignment that's due on Sunday. I didn't think there was one due on Sunday, and then I found out there's one due on Sunday, and again, it's not difficult, it's just a little tedious. So I'll have to budget time. Probably Saturday, sometime on Friday, and then sometime on Saturday. Basically, we have to go and examine, pick a library, examine their, like a shelf that contains, or a section of the library that contains a particular subject or topic, like their collection around whatever, and then write about the current state of that collection, and then if we had $1,000, what would we spend our money on in terms of adding more books to that collection. So I'm pretty much going to write about, there's a couple options here. I could write about a poetry section, or I could choose something on my dissertation area, something on 19th century technology and artificial intelligence, Those are things I can definitely write about, say like, this is why it would be valuable to add to it. But the poetry one's probably the easiest one, so I'd probably just do that.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Wait a sec, where's the, should be a pot. Where'd our pot go? No cooking pot. How weird is that? No cooking pot.
I'll take it.
Weird. No cooking pot.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
How much firewood do we have? Not a whole lot. So yeah, a pretty quiet day. A little bit of work, a little bit of rest. some laundry, a little bit of shopping, well, grocery shopping, paying rent, all the mundane, necessary things. Okay, we need to boil water to hit our quota. Let's also think about what we got for food here. So tomorrow is D&D night, so I will not be streaming. I will be busy running a game. Let's do this. So now we're at 1. Five. Two point five. Five. One point five. Hey, Disoptimus, how you doing? Good to see you. We are. So we're at 5 now. So I don't know if you've been around for the latest challenge that I'm doing, but basically, every time we enter a region, we draw a card from a deck of cards. So a random card from the deck. The suit tells us the nature of the challenge. The number on it tells us how much. So we entered Mystery Lake, for instance, and we drew a Queen of Spades, which means we have to boil 12 liters of water before we can leave. If we got like a 7 of hearts, that would mean we'd have to harvest 7 kilos of meat. If we got a 10 of diamonds, that would be 10 days, a minimum of 10 days stayed. And like a 3 of clubs would be 3 hides or guts have to be harvested in the area before we can go. Ooh, good luck with that. It'd be a good break. Yeah, I've just been busy. School's been taking up a fair bit of time lately. I'm going to hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll have finished off most of my assignments and I can go into... Yeah, I seem to have a lot of deadlines in the first couple weeks of March. And then there's some other like group projects that are due at the end. But yeah, if I can get through the next couple weeks, it'll be good. I just had a really big project that was due last night at midnight, which, as I was just saying, I had to revise all my job search materials and rewrite and reformat my CV. And then I had to write a new cover letter for academic librarian positions, which I kind of had to rush because I just ran out of time. And so I don't really feel particularly happy with the result. I mean, it meets the bare requirements. It's just not my favorite.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Yeah. You've been toying around urban fantasy about Instacart shopper that ends up delivering magical groceries and sundries. 5,000 words. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so we don't need all this water here.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay. Is this going to turn into a storm? It feels like it. We got 3 arrows down, big wind. $1,000 in cash, 500 in books and merch, plaque, and feature spot in their magazine. Oof, that sounds like a good deal.
I could eat a horse.
Oops.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer. Getting weak.
Still feels like a storm is coming. But at least it's not windy. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? Turned right into the storm. We're not going to get anywhere.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
See if that storm blows over or not. No. Totally useless. Okay.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I've been feeling kind of bad for my roommate the last few weeks. It seems like they're always getting home super late. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the chemistry PhD folks have these. First year has classes, plus lab work, plus TAing. Just eats up a lot of time. And then they have like social events. That all adds up. But yeah, exhausted. They're always exhausted.
Man, I could eat it.
Yeah, we got the wind again.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer. Damn it. So hungry.
Do we feel lucky? Do we feel like we're going to make it? I think we're going to skip the cattails for now, and we'll just go focus on the getting to our destination. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being done with this term. And we had reading week last week, and a week away from school, and I was like, I don't really want to go back. I mean, I like working in the university environment. I am kind of burned out from doing classes. Nothing's like inherently difficult. It's just work, and I don't really feel like doing it. I feel like working on projects. I feel like research projects, helping other people get their things done, solving problems, figuring out, puzzles. That's the fun part of my job.
Sure getting cold.
I think we're walking into the wind again.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
But this summer, if all goes well, I should be working on a research collaboration project, which means I will be working closely with a professor on a project, helping them with a research thing. So don't have to spend a lot of time taking, doing homework or worried about assignments. It's all like a set of tasks that need to get done, and I will get them done. And possibly write a report of some sort at the end. Okay. It's kind of cold and gusty out there. We will stop here and build a fire, pull more torches.
Come on, little fire.
Yeah, I mean,
Lucky day.
that's also stressful. It's like that whole shopping around for where to go next if you're looking at graduate programs. And we don't need keep one of these. $1 liter. We just added 1.5. We're now a little bit over our target. Or halfway to our target. I'm a big fan of taking a break between undergraduate and graduate. Like, even if it's just a year, just take a year off, work somewhere, travel, volunteer, do something else. And it avoids burnout when you get to graduate school. And it gives you perspective. But some people can push right through and do it right away. More power to them. But I just think in general, if you can, it can be helpful. Another half. Hmm. 1.5. Okay, I'm going to take a short break to refill my water. Be back in a little bit. Okay, water refilled. In real life, not just here. F. Hey, Roller, welcome back. She went summer program. Yeah, I mean, you need the break. You really do. You just makes sense. Travel, do something. Get out of your dorm life. Get out of your university life for a little bit. See the world. Good to see you, Roller. Okay. We are so close to being done. Just need 2 more liters. But we're going to focus on restocking. Okay. guess we didn't take the nap. Okay, off we go. Yeah, it sounds like fun. Spend some time in Greece, do a little traveling, spend some quality time with friends. Yeah, good. My roommate's going to take a little break this summer, which is much needed.
They can barely walk with this much gear.
Their father's coming to visit, and they'll probably spend some time in the area and then go traveling with them. I'm going to be gone for 1 week in the summer, Montreal, for a kind of training conference. And it's the Digital Humanities Summer Institute in Montreal. It was basically summer camp for librarians that do technology stuff. So I'll be studying, I'm taking a course on GIS, on spatial analysis, so studying geographic information systems, which is an area that I really haven't done any work in so far, so it would be good to get sort of a crash course in that and build a little bit more expertise. Some of the positions that might come up in the near future at my university involve that, so I figure it would be wise to at least have a little bit of an introduction to it, to be moderately competitive. How I've understood it is that whatever position gets opened up, they'll really want someone that can do multiple things. So even if the stated position is supposed to be about GIS, they actually need people to cover other things as well. And they're only going to get authorized to hire for one line. So if they can get someone that covers multiple things, then that's all the better. Are we going to loot? I think we're just going to look for feathers. Yeah, I don't have any other big plans for the summer. Like, I just got back from LA, like a short trip to LA over the weekend. And so that was for the opera workshop. Workshopping 2 more scenes from the opera, the music for it. And so that went well, but the way things are going, it sounds like we probably won't have another workshop until next year. So I don't really foresee a trip to the States and the rest of the year. It's not really in the budget. I'd like to go to the Writing and Publishing Conference, AWP. I just don't have it in my schedule or in my budget to do an extra trip. The LA trip was fine because it was paid for by someone else. The production company paid for my trip, so that was great. But if I go on my own, like I'm going for this conference in Montreal, it's like plane ticket, accommodation. Even though I got a scholarship to cover like the majority of my tuition and a little bit of a discount for the accommodation, it's still like a considerable expense to spend a week there. Really, I'd like to do Iceland at some point. I'd also like to have a little bit more stability with work. as it is, it's like I have this job until probably the end of this year, and then everything else is up in the air. So. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have to. Well, if the job market for librarians doesn't improve significantly, I will either have to move back to Saskatchewan, which is not really what I want to do, or I will have to take up some adjunct positions, teaching creative writing or literature, or I will have to go back to running my consulting business and doing writing coaching and manuscript editing again. I'm teaching a summer class in poetry this summer for, I think it's about a week, 10 days maybe, and out it for it's online. It's for a writing program, writing organization in Saskatchewan called Sage Hill Workshops. So that's nice. It's good pay for that, but it's like basically just for about 10 days, I think, 8 or 10 days. But it's like $3,000, so it's like
carry this load for much longer.
Comes at a good time. Summer I get to go back to 20 hours a week, 25 possibly, but in the fall, the most likely will ask me to go back to reduced hours, and I am not really happy about doing 12 hours during the fall when I don't have any other income. You know, the pay will probably not be enough, so I'll have to add something else. Ooh, they're really heavy right now. So yeah, it's not like streaming like it pays the bills either. One of these days I'll actually find the camera, but I have not found the camera.
This will come in handy.
Yeah, our fire starting's already good enough.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, we got plenty of torches, so I'm not going to really panic about this. There are plenty of matches, so I'm not going to worry about conserving matches. I just want some more torches. Okay, so let's see. What do we got that we can drop right now? We don't need to carry this around. Or really this at this point.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay.
Come on. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, we've officially hit our we've officially hit our goal. We got the last 2 liters, so we've made our 12. We can leave whenever we feel like it, but probably stay here for a little bit. We want to keep searching. No worries. Yeah, it's going to be pretty chill tonight. I don't anticipate any major excitement on this tonight's stream. We're just working our way through Mystery Lake, seeing if we can find anything else that might be useful. Really, we'd like to have a second coat that's better than this. Maybe a better hat. Okay, let's see what we got here. Drop this one.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
I'm going to move all these downstairs next to the crafting table so we can keep an eye on what we can make.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, let's see what we need. We've made the hats, the hat and the mitts. We could make pants. There's no real point to it. These are sufficient for now. I guess there's not really an urgency to it. I think the only thing we might want we need 4 cured maple saplings, so we need to find saplings. That's basically what we're at. Okay.
sure I can carry much more.
The wind. Always the wind.
I gotta eat soon.
I think we go up to the cave.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Ooh. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Looking forward to getting back to my D&D game tomorrow night. I've had a couple weeks off due to illness and travel, and so it's good to be back with everyone. They're in I think I mentioned this before, the campaign has taken a weird turn where they are got thrust through a portal and ended up in a alternate, well, in a different dimension altogether. Different plane, different world. But basically it's a weird west where yeah, it's a weird west dominated by Lovecraftian elder gods, which have taken over the world and cut it off from the outside, and largely restricted the influence of the gods to the world. And so it's got a bit of a Western theme to it. Lots of weird stuff going on, but it's kind of fun. Anyways, Saturday I'll give you guys a recap of what happened. I don't know if I need anything else from this guy. We got plenty of guts. We have plenty of hides. We just need more of our saplings. Sapling over there. Okay, what do we got?
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay.
The sun is setting. It's going to get a lot colder soon. Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna eat a tree.
Hey, Roller. Where next? I think we have to go to Forlorn Muskeg and forge. That's what we need to do. We finally have a hacksaw. We have the hammer. Yeah, in theory, we should be fine.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
I don't know what's going on, but lately I've been getting a lot of like spam comments, or not spam comments, spam messages to my contact form on my website. They're all from Russians. Like, what's going on? So I'm in at the very, very start of a major overhaul of my website. That's another like project for this summer. I would like to get started sooner than later, but yeah, I'm looking at a overhaul where I go back to the olden days and do the whole site as HTML and CSS and no WordPress, nothing else. Just to make it fast and make it no longer dependent on other people's code.
I can't feel my feet. I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, let's think about this. What do we need? We will always benefit from taking cloth. I'd like to make a trove. We should take at least one of these for repairs.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay, we're just going to make a straight line to the trapper's cabin. That's probably what we'll wrap up for tonight. It's simple.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do. Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna. I can barely walk with this much gear. I've never felt so cold.
I think I had a little bit too much for dinner tonight. I had like a bowl of spicy tofu and rice, but then I also made myself some chicken, and so I had some chicken as well. And I think the chicken was too much. Yeah. I'm feeling kind of full and maybe a little sleepy. Uh-oh. Yeah, one of the things I've been considering since they reduced my hours during the school year, maybe I should just take advantage of that and carve out a block of time in the day and just go for a walk. Make a walk as part of my regular routine. We'll just walk. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to. Yeah, I mean, it's like I got time. I don't have the research projects I'm assisting right now. Do not have. It's like basically a weekly check-in and often just by email. So I'm not getting a lot of extra direction. And most of the time, the things they request, they expect me to take longer to figure out, and I usually figure them out pretty quickly because I already wrote anticipating that they might ask that question. So like, or I just have to extend the functionality a little bit. Like, they have this data set they want to data set of social media posts, and they basically want to know if any of a variety of phrases show up So they want a subset of just posts that have a particular phrase or some combination, like 15-minute cities. Is that 15 space 15 or 15 space minute, or is it 15 hyphen minute, or is it 15 spelled out FIFTEEN? Anyway, so they're looking for that particular phrase, for example, and have to look at pull all the ones that match. And then I was thinking, I have this functionality that allows me to, I wrap the data set in a catalog object. So I could perform some functions a little bit more easily, and things I know that we're doing with the data set that are a little bit harder to do with the default data frame object. And so one of them is like a search, but not any type of search. Like the way I set it up, it will search for partial matches on a given field. And then I thought, what I really want is I want to be able to pass in a delimited string, so it has, like, let's say these dividers, like the pipe, for instance, the vertical line, to separate words or phrases, and then be able to search for all of those. And so I changed it so that it would take like a string that carries multiple entries in it and converts it into a list or an array that it then iterates through, searching for all the things that match, then builds together the so just anyways does a little bit more cleanly. And so when they said, oh, we were like thinking of some other variations, it was like easy to just add an extra line to it. Everything else tested and working. walk as I listen to audiobooks. You know, some people are big into doing that. I've tried it. I think sometimes it depends on the audiobook if I'm really into it. Sometimes, yeah, we'll see. Okay, question. Do we have a bear? Let's climb up here and take a peek. Not seeing the bear. No moose either.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay. Oh, another hammer? How many hammers do we have here? We went from not finding anything to having too many.
Thank you.
That was really short distance. Okay. Oops.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Not really. Oh, how annoying. Okay. Let's go ahead and block this dude. Goodbye. We don't need you. Okay, let's finish our search and we will wrap up in the evening. Don't need those. Okay, let's check a few things here. We are on day 48. We're gonna save here. Okay, and we're gonna read a poem and be done. Crossing the Prairies. Okay, so this is from my unpublished work. Might end up in my third book, we'll see. Yeah. I mean, this got published, but I'm like not. I mean, it's okay. I don't know. We'll read it. Crossing the Prairies. Even the stars were dull and tiny, their immensity lost to us across the great ocean of darkness. To stare up into the night was to feel each towering wave of silence suspended in time. To know that we were nothing more than an old car careening across lanes on an empty highway, headlights dim and almost out, trusting that somewhere out there in the nothingness, people slept in farmhouses or were waking at this hour, dressing in the dark, preparing to step out into lives invisible to us, while we blustered forward, half asleep, half awake, and the few highway lights flared and faded into our past. It's honestly, I don't know if it'll make the cut. I feel like I've done like similar things in the past. I kind of want to read something else just because of that. Yeah. Let's see what else jumps out as being interesting enough to read tonight. Yeah, sometimes I like going back to like old poems that really don't make the cut for current projects, but something from a friend. Okay, maybe we'll do that instead. Yeah, let's see here. What do we have that we could read? I'll read this. It's been a while since I read this one, but this is one of my favorites from see if we can find the poem here. Okay, I think we'll read this one. Yeah, we'll read. I've read that a few times. I'll read something else. This is from my friend Cecilia Wallach in Los Angeles. And one of the poets I met in Los Angeles that we've stayed friends for many years. Let's see. But I really love her mastery of the language, just the ways in which she uses, like, create scenes out of her, these moments in the poems. Let's see. Okay. Obad. This is from Cecilia Wallach's Late, published by Bow Editions back in 2003. I was actually at the book launch for this. And I remember it was such a new book for her that she was unpacking the books from the box at the start of the reading, and seeing the cover in person for the first time and realizing she did not like the color. Like, the color had come out differently than she anticipated. She was like, I don't really love this color. So yeah. But this is from her book Late. Obad, which is a poem dedicated to the dawn. Now the trees stand outside of desire, stricken with silver, stripped leafless, alarmed. Still they long to be seen, throw themselves skyward with open arms, just as the earrings obsidian gleam where they lie, having longed to be taken off, not to be rid of themselves, but to hint at undressing dalliance. O brilliance of being a beautiful thing in a world full of beautiful things, in which even suffering shimmers and means, in which even the lover's absence pools in the shadows at my feet. I can step back from the window or not. I can choose to be just as lovely without ever being watched, as the bare trees make cradles for birds, as he once cupped the black tear-shaped jewels in his palm. O world, hold us up to this light. There is so much to lose that we haven't lost. There we go. There it is. Yeah, but what a great last line. There is so much to lose that we haven't lost. Yeah. So that's Cecilia Wallach. And Oban. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll be back, I think, Saturday night to continue on. We're picking up steam. I'm looking forward to Saturday, actually. We should be able to make a straight line into... We've met our requirement here. We've hit our 12 liters of water, so we're good to go. We can rush into Forlorn Muskeg. We can forge, and we can get out, depending on how long it takes us to fulfill the rest of the requirements. But yeah, so the hope is that we get in there, we forge, and we'll have bows and arrows in the near future. We just got a maple sapling down, and we have cured birch. So in theory, we could have a bow in time. Yeah. We might stick around here long enough to have our maple sapling cure first, just so that when we go into Forlorn Muskeg, we can forge and craft the bow all in the same 24-hour period, which would be ideal. Okay, so let's figure out who we can go and raid. Let's see here. Is Prof. Neil's done yet? He's not done yet. Okay, so let's go visit Prof. Neil's. Haven't had a chance to raid Prof. Neil's in a while, so let's do yeah, let's go raid prof. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'll be back again Saturday, and hopefully have some more news and updates by then. Take care and be good. We'll see you again soon.